Okay, today is Sunday and it's project updates. Um, yeah, I think Sunday I just been really focused on working and studying my application. I built kind of a baseline. I don't have much UI to show. I think it was also just me talking and connecting with my friend from college, bouncing off ideas because we were thinking. I think we are also kind of catching up on think of ideas that we can maybe potentially do together with all my other college friends who are also in CS, just so we can potentially do coding projects together because I think that'd be really fun to it'll be a kind of way to reconnect with everyone again because we haven't talked, like all of us haven't talked like as a group together in a while. We've talked like individually or in like small groups, but nothing like majorly big. So I think it'd be cool to do like a big coding project together. Not going to talk big specifics about it. Maybe I will. I think I was talking to my friend. He has a girlfriend of 10 years, but he talked about like how it's really hard to find genuine, like the people that you've talked to, like his coworkers. It's really like hard for guys to find genuine connection. That's like outside of hookup culture and like dating apps and all that stuff. And also like how to incentivize people to go out more to meet people, because I feel like a lot of genuine people tend to stay inside and not, be as put themselves out there as much. So it's like trying to figure out ideas how to create something that will potentially allow that to happen. I don't really want to go super into it, but we're just kind of talking, bouncing off ideas and stuff. I think it's really cool that I have someone I can talk that stuff about now. And then he also kind of talked about like design aspects of like the application I want to create. And originally I had a user login page and account creation page, but like thinking now on it, like there's only gonna be a single user, so it doesn't really make sense for me to even have all that if all of it can be stored locally. And a person can just download the app and then just create the reminders and habits and goals and all the stuff that they really want to have without having to create a whole account and store that in a server and stuff like that. We can just store all that information locally. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I was also configuring a lot of with that I had to research a new. So a lot of today was also research on like what kind of application or what kind of storage option I want to use, and so I think now I'm going to be using. I think too is like I don't know if I should be using. I'm going to be using Expo SQLite and just Expo React in general, just because it's really good, or it's nice because I don't have to build my application in both Android and iOS. I can kind of build it all in one code base, and then they'll be able to ship to both iOS and Apple. Hopefully I can get a lot more coding progress done, but I do have a decent amount. I just want to make sure I have like the UI stuff figured out, and then my friend, he told me about another college person that I know of, not as close as he is with her, but she's like a UX UI designer, and so once I have more of my UI aspect created, I can go to her as a reference for potentially helping with the UI UX design of my application, or ideas on how I can improve it. And I just want to talk more about connections that I'm planning to make. I don't know if I mentioned last time, but there's this guy who my friend told me to connect with, that does a lot of like horror VR game. He created a horror VR game that was like pretty cool. And he'd be a useful person just to talk to and connect with, like how he started his experience and like what I could potentially do to do that. And I have other ideas of like who I want to connect with. Second is, so those are the two potential people that I should be connecting with by next week. Well, the VR guy for sure, just looking at his experience. The girl, maybe until I like have more of a finished product or mock-up, I'll probably reach out to her. So I don't know if I have that. I probably won't have that done by this week, but maybe next week I can have more to show, ask for advice, or recommendations on improvements. But I think that is the two connections that I want to do for my coding project eventually. And then I will also plan. There are a lot of other connections I want to reach out to. So I don't know if I already mentioned this. Maybe I have. I don't remember if I did. But in the last video. But I want to get into 3D printing and stuff like that. And one of my college friends does a lot of 3D printing, and I want to reach out to him before I even get stuff, so I can get his recommendations on like what I should do beforehand, what's good, what's not good, and like any warnings I should know before I even get into it. Does it make sense for me to even get into it? And how hard is it to do schematic designs and all that kind of stuff, and which I think is super cool. And so I messaged him. I mentioned him in Discord. Honestly, I should message him on Messenger because I have him on Facebook. I think that'll probably be easier because I don't know if he is on Discord that often or not. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it's like my rings. They're cool. They're dragon. There's like a snake one and two dragon claws. But I like to fidget a lot, so I'm just playing around with them. But he would be a good resource to ask about that stuff, so I don't go into it blindly. And then I also want to talk about another connection I made through my TikTok. So what I've been learning is the importance of social media, and like, even though I don't have a lot of followers now, I think I've been super genuine in showing my character and my goals and what I want to do and my vision, my plans for posting my 10 to 15 year goals, and I was able to, and by doing that, I resonated with someone who also had the similar passions or goals as I did when I was like, Stardew being one of the few, like a really good indie game that one developer created and that inspired him to want to like be part of game dev. He's I don't know if he's like they are an artist. I never asked their gender. I assume it's a guy, but it could be a girl. I'm not entirely sure. But they have really cool art. It's more like a fantasy theme kind of art. But we kind of resonate on similar things. We like Final Fantasy and Avatar, Way of the Ocean, and like kind of fantasy stuff. So it's cool to, and they told me, I asked them if I could ever use them as a future reference if I want to create games, because they've tried going to dev work. This is not really my story to share, but it's just they never had as much. I go full detail into it. They just never had as much luck with it. So maybe in the future, if I do create a game, I could potentially use them as a resource for them. They kind of have some experience with that, so I could potentially use them as a resource to create games. And I've been getting a lot of love on TikTok with just people messaging me, supporting me on my journey of learning keyboard slash piano. And I didn't do a video yesterday. I didn't do a video today. I think because I think I'm gonna have my weekends as the days where I focus on my coding projects, and I don't need to worry about my keyboard / piano progress. And I'll just leave that on the weekdays for me to do my hourly practice, because that is some pressure. And yeah, I think it's just cool that, by just me putting my natural self out there and things that I love and I'm interested in, without putting a lot of effort into making the videos, and just being my genuine self and have people resonate with the things that I like, I think is super cool. And I'm glad that I am able to, have people reach out and share similar passions or goals or visions as I do, just through me sharing putting myself out there and being honest with what I want with my life and what I see my vision in the future. And just beginning connections off of that, I think is just so amazing. And I don't know why I had such a big ego or doubts not doubts, but like just didn't take social media as seriously as I could have. And now I kind of recognize the importance of it, and see like how useful it actually is with connecting with people, and just how by being genuine with yourself you can actually like reach people that like you for who you are, and be able to make connections that resonate with people. And so I'm really glad that I was able to do that, and just build that connection. And so yeah, I think I'm just glad that I started TikTok, and there are a lot of people that have been supporting it, and I'm able to build connections off of it, and I can only imagine it getting better and better as my account grows, and I get better at making better content, that is like people actually like and want to watch it. So yeah, that is my week and weekly project update and just updates in general. Thanks for watching if you watched all the way up to now. And yeah, I mean, it's just start of my journey, so I don't imagine there being a lot of things, but I think it'd be nice just to document my progress so far, so I can look back on all this. Yes, no one has watched all the way up to now. Thank you for watching, and I love you guys. So